Did the CIA truly have a hand in international drug trafficking? A question that has woven itself into the fabric of conspiracy theories worldwide. The notion that America's top intelligence agency could be entangled in the murky world of narcotics trade is a controversial one, indeed. It's a claim that has left many puzzled, others outraged, and a significant number believing it to be the absolute truth. So, let's strip away the rumors, the hearsay, and the speculation. Time to delve into the heart of this enigma. Claims surrounding the CIA's involvement in drug trafficking are numerous and varied. From the misty mountains of Southeast Asia to the turbulent terrains of Central and South America, whispers of covert operations, illicit substances, and a certain three-letter agency have echoed through the years. Let's begin by taking a trip to the late 1940s to mid-1970s, to a chapter of history often referred to as the Opium Wars. It's been alleged that the CIA, in a bid to counter communist influence in Southeast Asia, was involved in opium production and trafficking. Critics argue that the agency turned a blind eye to, or even actively supported, opium traders in Laos and Burma, using the profits to fund anti-communist efforts. Fast forward to the 1980s, and we find ourselves amidst the Iran-Contra affair. In this tangled web, the CIA was accused of facilitating the sale of arms to Iran, violating an arms embargo, and using the proceeds to fund Contra rebels in Nicaragua. The controversy deepened when allegations emerged suggesting that the Contras were heavily involved in cocaine trafficking, and that the CIA was well aware of it. Then, we shift our gaze to Central and South America. Stories of the CIA's complicity in drug trafficking have been a constant companion to the agency's interventions in these regions. The most pointed claims suggest that during the 1980s and 1990s, the CIA allowed Colombian and Mexican drug cartels to operate freely in exchange for their cooperation in fighting communist insurgencies. Each of these allegations paints a picture of an agency operating in the shadows, using the narcotics trade as a means to an end, be it to fund anti-communist activities, secure alliances, or destabilize unfriendly regimes. However, it's important to remember that these are allegations, not proven facts. They're pieces of a puzzle that has yet to be fully assembled. We're exploring claims, not drawing conclusions. These allegations, as shocking as they may be, are just the tip of the iceberg. While allegations abound, what of the evidence? Let's delve into the evidence supporting these claims. The clues lie scattered across decades, hidden in declassified documents, whispered in the testimonies of ex-agents and whistleblowers, and hinted at in investigative reports. Declassified documents are a treasure trove of information. They're the bureaucratic paper trail of the intelligence world, and sometimes they contain incriminating footnotes. For instance, there are declassified documents from the 80s that suggest certain factions within the CIA may have turned a blind eye to the narcotics trade, particularly in Central America. These documents hint at a covert relationship between the intelligence agency and drug traffickers, a relationship allegedly built on the mutual benefit of funding anti-communist guerrillas. Then there are the testimonies from ex-agents and whistleblowers, individuals who once operated within the cloak and dagger world of intelligence, only to step into the light with shocking revelations. Their stories paint a picture of an agency willing to cross moral boundaries for strategic gains. However, it's important to remember that these accounts are often based on personal experiences and perceptions, and they may not represent the actions of the entire agency. Investigative reports also provide pieces of the puzzle. Journalists and researchers have spent years digging into this issue, unearthing complex networks that connect the dots between the CIA and the narcotics trade. But even these reports often stop short of providing definitive proof. Instead, they uncover a web of indirect connections and plausible deniability, adding layers of complexity to the issue. And that's the crux of the matter. The evidence supporting these allegations is indirect at best. It's a series of hints and allegations, buried in bureaucratic jargon and shrouded in secrecy. The lack of direct evidence doesn't necessarily disprove the allegations, but it does make them harder to substantiate. The evidence is as complex and multifaceted as the allegations themselves. It's a shadowy world of half-truths and unanswered questions, a mystery that continues to provoke debate and speculation. And in the end, it's up to you to weigh the evidence and draw your own conclusions. Opening. The CIA has consistently denied any involvement in drug trafficking. Now, it's only fair that we look at the other side of the coin. The Central Intelligence Agency, since the emergence of these allegations, has remained steadfast in its denial. They have consistently maintained that their operations have always been within the confines of the law and that their primary objective has always been, and still is, safeguarding the national security interests of the United States. In response to these serious allegations, the CIA has conducted several internal investigations over the years. These investigations aimed at examining the agency's operations and ensuring their legitimacy. The findings, as stated by the CIA, have always been the same: no evidence of the agency's involvement in drug trafficking. Moreover, independent inquiries have also been carried out. These include investigations by the United States Congress, the Department of Justice, and other external bodies. Their conclusions have generally aligned with those of the CIA's internal investigations, further reinforcing the agency's stance. While these counter-arguments and official statements might seem convincing, it's important to note that they haven't completely quelled the controversy. Skeptics argue that these investigations could be biased or influenced, and hence might not present the whole truth. So it seems we're left with a complex puzzle, a puzzle filled with strong allegations on one hand and firm denials on the other. Closing. So here we stand at the crossroads of allegations and denial. The question remains, did the CIA have a hand in international drug trafficking? Our journey into this enigma has taken us through a maze of allegations, evidence, and official rebuttals, each more baffling than the last. We've heard tales of covert operations, whispered rumors of secret alliances, and claims of damning evidence. Yet, none of these provide a clear, indisputable picture. The allegations persist, painting a narrative of an intelligence agency entangled in the murky world of narcotics trade. But on the other hand, we have the counter-arguments, official statements denying any such involvement, proclaiming their commitment to national security. The debate continues to rage on, with no definitive proof to settle the dust. Is it a genuine conspiracy or just a wild goose chase fueled by paranoia and misinformation? We may never know. In the end, the truth may be as elusive as the shadows in which the world of espionage operates.